And for Off the Block, I'm Vinny Lopes, and we are now joined by Stanford men's volleyball coach, Coach Kosty. And Coach, we're about 2 months away from the start of the season. Preseason training has begun. What is this time like for you and your team right now?
Exciting. It's exciting to get back into the gym. We're excited because the fall has so many different things happening for the Stanford men's volleyball program that there's never a dull moment, from practice and getting ready for the season to our reunion weekend where we had about 40 of our alums come back onto campus, to the whole recruiting aspect of it. It's a lot of fun for our student athletes. It's great to have our 5 freshmen now integrated into our team, and they're settling in their academics, and it's just a really exciting time of the year.
Yeah, I want to expand on a couple of those points you brought up. And first and foremost, with the alumni coming back, we saw some of the pictures on social media. Which alumni stood out for you the most, impressed you the most?
That's a tough question because I think a lot of them impressed me. From guys who played in the 70s, Wendell Burkhofer made a great play. Canyon Seaman is still really fun to watch setting and still really competes. Bob Tillman, Jake Caneller came back, and he was still bouncing balls. Dan Hannon still has it. And so it was a lot of fun watching those guys compete, and it truly shows how competitive of people they are. Because even in this situation where it's low key, Burnham Pavilion, 3 nets up, no main court, and they're still battling. It was just a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, Coach, talking about some of your current players, last season, your All-American setter, James Shaw, was injured for most of it. What's his health status right now, and what can we expect from him in 2016?
Health status is fine. He's the normal return to play protocol, and he'll definitely be ready to make his 2016 campaign his senior year, and we're excited to have him on the court. I think he's very dynamic, and he shows it every day in practice. He's a great leader, and so we're last year taught us that we can't. You have to have backup plans, and I thought we did last year, but this year we've with the addition we got a freshman center, and it's a really good situation for us in the gym right now. And I think James is going to have a fantastic senior year, and he's going to be ready to go in 2016.
Yeah, and Coach, talking about some of your other players who we saw last year kind of in new roles, have there been any that have really impressed you with their improvement that they've made just in the offseason away from campus?
I think Madison Hayden has come back re-energized and focused. I thought he had a really good first full year of starting, and I think I know he understands what it takes to be a high-level MPSF player, and he's showing that every day in practice. Then we have Kevin Rakestraw came back more physical and is ready to play in the MPSF now, and we're excited to have him ready to step into that starting role, and I truly believe he's ready also. Gabriel Vega, our opposite from last year, is improved, and it takes a while for players to truly mature as MPSF players. They have to play that first inaugural year to really understand what it takes every day to compete at the highest levels. And they had that opportunity last year, and now they truly understand how important this fall training session is, and they're really taking full advantage of it.
And Coach, I want to ask you about some of your freshmen, and just maybe off the court a little bit. You talk about an 18-year-old. It's always difficult for them just to transition from high school to college, no matter where the university is. Now you throw someone going into Stanford University. Just how difficult is it for freshmen to make that transition, not only playing volleyball, but just academically in the classroom as well at your university?
I think it's fun for them. I think they totally enjoy the academic experience. They enjoy the interaction they get to have with their professors. They're encouraged, and they go They're excited. Yes, they get stressed over their first midterms, and the first finals are coming up in 4 weeks, so they're starting to think about those. But Stanford students have great time management skills already because they've already had to balance that academics along with their volleyball. And so I think they're pretty well prepared for the college lifestyle. And our 5 freshmen coming in are definitely prepared to handle both the academic load and the athletic load. And I think they're doing great right now.
And you look at the start of the schedule for you guys, you are going to be going out to the Midwest to play IPFW and Ball State. What was it about those two opponents that made you want to schedule those non-conference matches, and what do you hope to take out of those matches at the start of the season?
Honestly, availability. It's really tough for the MPSF right now to schedule because we play a 22-match schedule, conference schedule. So I wanted to play those two teams. It's been a very long time since we've been out to IPFW. It's a little more recent that we've been to Ball State, but I wanted to get out there and play those guys. We haven't been out there in a long time, and believe it or not, the calendar for both of them were open that weekend, and we were able to do it. And so we're very excited. I don't think we've been to IPFW since Loy Ball and Canyon Seaman were battling it out. So it's been too long since we've been there. So I'm really, really excited about going back there. And we love traveling in January. There's going to be adversity on the road trip, and that's something that a coach likes. Is there going to be a blizzard? Is there going to be a whiteout? Is there whatever it is? We're going to have to deal with situations that sometimes don't come up during the regular season, and it's a good character building opportunity for our guys.
And final question for you, Coach. You kind of look at all the players that are coming back, and you look at the MPSF this year. Is there a feeling amongst the team that this might be a team that could surprise some people and maybe make a run here to finish in the top half or win the MPSF this upcoming season?
We always set our sights on winning the MPSF. That's much harder to do than it's a really easy thing to say. It's a long season, and there's a lot of variables that come into that, and some of them have to do with my team, and others have to do with the other teams. But we feel very confident that we have a good opportunity this year to truly compete at the highest levels in the MPSF, and we'll see how our jump serve, if it hits the tape, it goes over the net or not goes over the net in any one game to give us that win or not that win, and that's how close I think this season's going to be. I think there's a lot of good teams in the MPSF, and it's going to be really interesting to see how it all starts somewhere in February as it truly gets underway. I'm not sure if there's any true favorites, and so which leads me to believe that anybody has a shot to win this thing this year.